Okay, Revolution golfers, I'm here to explain a little bit to you about gear effect. Even at the highest level of the games, players don't typically understand it. And the reason that it's so important to understand is because when you're hitting your driver, you can be inconsistent hitting the ball to the right and hitting the ball to the left. But you can get really mistaken in thinking that it's your swing, where sometimes it obviously is. But most of the time, especially with a driver where the center of gravity is the furthest from the club face, you can see I've sprayed this face with this white foot spray here from Dr. Scholl's. This right here is a very cheap TrackMan. So what people spend all their money on a TrackMan to do is to be able to figure out where someone's hitting it on the face. This for $3 is an extremely good way for you to start to understand through observation the point of contact and what that's doing to the ball flight. So all you would do is, come and spray the face, get behind the target, and you can do this with irons as well. The difference with an iron is because the center of gravity is closer to the face, there's still gear effect on every shot. It's just not as much. The driver and the 3-woods, where the center of gravity is moving quite a bit away from the face, that's where you're going to really see off-center hits making the ball curve. So as I set up to my target, step into it, get the club face right, get my eyes right, then get my stance right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to really focus on trying to hit this golf ball out the middle of the club face. Okay, now if I see that ball had a little bit of right to left curve and it started slightly low. And if you can see right there, I've done a pretty good job of hitting it close to where I wanted to. But if you can take this and understand this, if I'm to draw a line vertically through the middle of the face and then horizontally through the middle of the face, where I'm going to have the most ball speed is going to be right in the center of percussion, or as we typically refer to as the sweet spot. Now the sweet spot's not bigger than a pinprick, so it's very difficult to hit that point. So when I hit below the axis of the horizontal part of the face, I'm going to decrease my launch angle. So why is that going to affect me? If I'm decreasing my launch angle with the driver, in most cases, the velocity people are swinging at, what's going to happen is the ball's going to start out too low. So I'm not able to use the atmosphere's ability to help me with lift. That's why I'm trying to hit my driver up in the air with the low spin rate. So two things are going to happen. I'm going to launch it lower, so I'm not going to be able to keep the ball afloat in the air as long. Second, because I've hit it below there, in the gear effect is going to cause the ball to spin backwards or tilt backwards on its axis. So I'm decreasing launch and I'm increasing spin. If I'm increasing spin, I'm also going to increase the effect that drag has on my ball. Now, if I do it again and look back down at where I hit it, it isn't just vertically where I'm hitting it on the face, horizontally. So if I get right into that center of percussion in the middle of the face again, the more dimples that are on the toe side of that's going to make the ball start left. And that's why when they design the drivers, when you go from the middle of the face to the toe starts getting pointed more and more and more to the right. As we've discussed before, the club face is responsible for direction in a driver 85%. So how the technology is trying to help you is if you're going to toe it, the ball's going to start further to the right before the gear effect kicks in and makes the ball spin to the left. And vice versa, if you hit it in the heel, the ball's going to start more to the left before it curves back. So as I come back in again, and I'm never going to waste a single shot even as I'm doing this without going through my process of trying to do the same things. So many people become a slave to the result when the ultimate goal is to be a master of the process. So as I walk in, I've got my target. I set my club face first, get my eyes right, let my eyes aim my feet. Once again, I'm going to really focus in balance in hitting the ball in the middle of the club face. Okay, so if I look down, this time that ball had no curve. It went very straight. So what this is telling me is even if I am swinging perfectly at impact, so the club face is 0 and the path is 0, I can hit the ball quite a bit offline if my ball contact's all over the face. So that one there is almost dead in the middle of the face, and it's a little bit higher. So what I saw in the ball flight was a slightly higher launch with less chatter and less spin. So next time you go out to practice, or every time you practice, spray the faces of your irons and spray the face of your driver. It wipes off just with a towel and some water, and it'll really start to get you focused on hitting the ball in the middle of the face. And just to let you understand, I've done this with some of the best ball strikers in the world, and it's so difficult to get a driver that's moving 20 feet in an arc at a high velocity to keep hitting it in the same part of the face. So that needs to become an everyday, one of the simple focuses of you hitting the ball is trying to hit it in the middle of the face. And if you do so, the direction the ball's on and the efficiency of how it flies through the air are both going to improve, improving your score.